Ah, yes, the good old American way of doing things. Whenever something doesn't go your way, you cry and complain about it. Just face the facts, and if you're offended by what I'm talking about and what I'm about to say, you're a part of the problem, and I'm talking about you. It's actually really sad and it's really depressing. The only thing you hear after that great Super Bowl, and it was one of the best games I ever watched, is, oh my gosh, it's rigged, and blah 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 blah. And I do understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I disagree with a lot of it, and let me explain. It's funny and it's also ironic how it's only rigged whenever your team doesn't win. Let's be honest, if you were outside of the state of California, most people, I'm not saying everyone, but a large majority was wanting the Bengals to win. It's the Cinderella team, and that's who everyone was going for. And if it was rigged, how come nobody was talking about in the first play of the third quarter when the Bengals got away with a play that got them a touchdown and their only touchdown in the second half? Y'all didn't seem too offended when the ref missed that flag, and it was a flag. Anybody with IQ, you know you can't do that to a cornerback. It's offensive pass interference. The dude literally grabbed Jalen Ramsey's face mask and threw him to the ground. Whoa, hold on. I'm gonna offer you this, and just think about it. I don't think it matters who would have won, the Bengals or the Rams. Everyone still would have said it's rigged. Let's not joke around and act dumb. This happens every single year. Somebody wins the Super Bowl and somebody wins the NBA championship. It's not once every 5 years. It's not once every 2 to 3 years. It's every single year. And to me, as a person who just tries to enjoy the sport, it's honestly annoying. The only explanation I can come up with is people are literally bored and they're trying to make some conspiracy theory out of something when in reality, it's not the case. I just don't understand as a football fan why you can't sit there and appreciate the game and say, yeah, it was a good one. I can't wait till next year. I don't know what it is. Americans, they just got to go, oh, no, screw that. The NFL, it's rigged, man. It's rigged. There's no way they caught all those flags in the fourth quarter when they weren't throwing any in the first half. And those same people will go, nah, man, screw this. I'm not watching the NFL ever again. And guess what? You're watching the first game next year. I don't know what it is with everyone in 2022. Maybe it's social media. Maybe it's Elon Musk. There's something going on where people try to make a big deal out of something and they always try to find a deep, dark conspiracy theory when that has nothing to do with anything. There's no conspiracy theory whenever a team wins the Super Bowl or the NBA championship every single year. It's not rigged, and I remember the turning point. Ever since LeBron James came back 3-1 in the NBA Finals against the Warriors in 2016, it doesn't matter what it is, NBA, NFL, they say it's rigged. And here's the thing, I really want you to pay attention to this if you don't listen to any other part of this video. I don't really understand where a lot of you are coming from because there was only one play on that last drive that maybe shouldn't have been a flag, and that was the third down where the linebacker, number 55, I can't remember his name, I'm drawing a blank, but they called a pass interference and it was questionable. I'll just leave it at that. Should it have been pass interference? I don't know. The way they were calling the game, you would think they let that slide, but you could also make an argument and say, yeah, it was pass interference. Either way, however you chop it up, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say it shouldn't have been a flag. That was the only play that was in question. The other couple of flags and the pass interference on Eli Apple on Cooper Kupp, those were flags. And here's where I'm coming from. I'm not a Los Angeles fan or a Bengals fan, but you guys would have said it's rigged either way. If they wouldn't have thrown those flags, you know what y'all would have been saying? You'd have been on Twitter saying, oh my gosh, they didn't throw the flag there. This is rigged. Whereas when they throw the flag, you're going, oh my gosh, they didn't throw a flag all game. And now they're throwing them, it's rigged. That is just how American sports are now, and it's literally just stupid, and I wish people would quit saying it. It's like we can't even have an NBA or NFL champion without the word rigged being thrown out there. And for the people saying, oh, well, last year we didn't say it was rigged, and of course you didn't say it was rigged, because it wasn't close. The only time people say sports games are rigged whenever there's 1 to 2 play calls away from winning the game. Of course, all the idiots who claim games are rigged aren't going to really say it when it's a 30-point or 20-point win because then you just sound really stupid. Whereas in this situation, you can get away with saying it's rigged because there's a lot of other minions and stupid people out there that would also agree with you. Look, I'm all for conspiracy theories and there's been some weird stuff happen in sports, but that game last night was far from rigged. That was one of the most least rigged games of all time because If anything, the biggest no call in the game actually went against the Los Angeles Rams. That cost them a touchdown. I'll offer you this. If that play happened against the Bengals, yeah, we'd be having a completely different conversation. But it didn't. Did the refs make some questionable calls? Yes, but they did it for both of the teams, and I wish people would understand that. It was even, in my opinion. One no call, maybe the biggest no call, resulted in a touchdown for the other team, and it was the same thing for the Los Angeles Rams. I also know there's some of you probably bringing up every single little play, and that's what happens after these big time games. You'll have random bozos go back to the second quarter and find some offensive side that had nothing to do with the play. And no, I'm not talking about the Aaron Donald one. That's the one currently going on Twitter where it appears that he was offside, but it is what it is. I'm not going to dissect every play. That's weirdo activity. That's not what football's about, and anybody with any decent IQ would tell you you could literally throw a flag on every single play. I do want to say, and this is a valid argument, that there is some people stating that, oh, they're rigging the game because it's better for the NFL for Los Angeles to win the Super Bowl, and if they were to rig the game, I do understand that point. Yes, I would have to agree. If you were to rig a game, you'd want to do it for the Rams because that's the new team. They're in LA, and it's just a better look. The LA Rams are the new team on the block. They're supposed to be this flashy team that everybody wants to root for, and it's not a good look if they're losing Super Bowls. However, it's a better look if they're winning them. But once again, it all goes back to me just being a realist. It's so beyond hard to rig a team to the Super Bowl, and I just don't see that happening. It's not like the Rams didn't have great players. They were by far, no question about it. Even if you are a Bengals fan, you knew this. The Rams were the better team, and they were obviously the best team of the year. They had Odell Beckham, who got hurt, unfortunately, but he's elite. They had Matt Stafford, who's elite. I don't care what you say. The Lions organization, they suck, and they somewhat ruined and sabotaged his career, but he's elite. And you also had Cooper Kupp, who's the best wide receiver that we've seen in a while, or not the best we've seen in a while. Let me rephrase that. He had the best season we saw in a while. He's outstanding. You could say so many good things about him. So yeah, it's not rigged, but I do have to give you this. If they were to rig it, it'd be for the Rams. It is what it is, and I'm just going to leave you with this. If they wouldn't have thrown those flags and the Los Angeles Rams would have lost the game, you still would have said it's rigged. People in the United States like to do one thing, and they're really good at it, and that's complain. And I'm not even talking necessarily about girls. I'm talking about grown men out there too. You got grown men out here crying on Twitter because of an NFL team lost the game. Look, I understand that may be your favorite team, but come on now. Unless you had your house and your mortgage on the line, there's no reason for you to be crying and saying the NFL is rigged. And I'm sure there's some people out there that did do that. Now, if you did happen to bet your house and bet your mortgage on the line, I do feel sorry for you, but I hate to break it to you, NFL's not rigged. And even if it is rigged, you're going to have to find a new place to stay. I had to make this video because I got tired of seeing all the nonsense. Don't be one of those losers out there. And I'm going to end this video off with some motivation and advice. Winners don't complain, losers do. You don't see Joe Burrow going to Twitter saying how the game's rigged because guess what? He may not have won the game, but he's a winner in real life. People who win, they don't complain. Sure, they may not like the circumstances, but they're going to find a way to solve it. Losers in life, and also some of the people that go to your school or you know and work, the people that complain the most are often the biggest losers in life. That's all I had to say. Hope you enjoyed my mini rant. If you're new to the channel and you like stuff like this, hit that subscribe button, join the family, leave a like, do all nice stuff, and as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.